Hi Lily, so I'm Charlotte, I'm a Boots Macmillan beauty advisor. Tell me, how does your makeup routine differ since you experienced hair loss?
I've had problems with putting makeup around my eyes and knowing what to do with my eyes because I've lost my eyebrows and my eyelashes, so I really would love some tips on how I can highlight my eyes.
That's probably the advice I get asked for the most, is how do I recreate my brows and my lashes, so I'd love to help.
Thank you.
So we're going to start off with the brows. So what I'm going to do is use a sculpting brow pencil, which is a fine edge. I'm going to make the shape first of all with 3 points to recreate the brow shape. So it always wants to be in line with the nose. So what I'm going to do is just make a small edge there. And what that's going to do is be the starting point of where our brow is going to sit. If you then look straight ahead for me, I'm then going to do a small arch here, and that's where the brow is naturally going to arch. And then my last point is going to be where the brow will finish. So I want this to be at an angle and in line with the nose. What I'm going to do is short strokes with the brush, and this helps create a really natural brow look because it's recreating hair strokes. And it's really important that when you're doing the brows, you do the shorter strokes rather than large arching ones, because then what that would do is make it look far more natural. And when we get to our arch, what you'll find is you just naturally need to switch the angle of the eyebrow pencil and blend it downwards. And on the end of this brush you have what we call a spoolie. So it's basically a brush that helps to soften the product. Okay, so you can see there already, it's really starting to recreate the fullness of the brow. Now I've got the initial shape, what I'm going to do is start to pop on some powder, and that's going to help get some more texture back into the brow. So I'm using a matte brunette powder and a hard angle brush. The slimmer the brush, the better, because again it creates a more natural looking brow. What you'll find with your brows is we will never have completely symmetrical brows, so it's all about balancing the facial features. That's why when people do experience hair loss, it sometimes becomes quite a shock because the facial feature that's most prominent obviously isn't there anymore. So I'm going to go back to my brow pencil. A great tip is just to warm it up very slightly on the back of the hand, and then if there isn't any hair there, you will find it will sit on the skin a lot easier. So what I've done is created a little bit of a arch, but still kept them soft. So we spoke earlier and you said that your brows were a little bit thinner. So hopefully you'll find it still feels really natural for you, but it really helps to frame the eyes. Have a look at that.
Okay, very nice.
You can see the difference?
Cute, yeah.
Yeah, if you get a slimmer lead when you're using a brow pencil, it makes such a difference. Because some people would use maybe more of a pencil that is, I mean, if you have people who can say that if you've eyelined before on their brows and it's obviously not quite the right consistency.
No.
So it's always a bit better to go something that's got that angle on it so it looks a lot more natural. Cool, have a little look at that.
Oh, brilliant. I've got eyebrows.
You've got eyebrows, yeah. Cool, okay, so should we move on to the eyes? So, when it comes to the lashes, it's really important to use a soft leaded eyeliner. I'm going to use a black today, and that's going to recreate a fuller looking lash line. What I'm going to get you to do is look down, but I'm going to apply this on what we call the upper lid, and that's going to basically sit where your root would go for your lashes. So if you look down for me, and this is great if anyone hasn't got any natural lashes coming through the lid line, because it helps just to recreate some depth there. In short strokes again, very lightly go along the top of the lash line. The softer the pencil, the better. And you can already just see the difference there. It really makes the eyes stand out.
Definitely.
So So we don't want to leave it looking harsh, we always want to blend it out. So what I'm going to do is use a soft, hard angled brush, so if you look down for me. And we're going to blend that outwards. Perfect. And if you close your eyes, and what you'll find is that the texture of the pencil will blend itself upwards, so it makes the lash line look very soft, but also a lot more natural. And you can again really see the difference there.
Yes. Yes, okay.
Yeah. So what I'm going to get you to do now is look up to the ceiling for me. And again, we're going to focus on where the lashes would grow from, the root. And you want to bring the liner into about the middle of the eye. And we're going to do exactly the same and soften. And you can see that it really helps bring the eye makeup together.
Yes, it does. Makes such a difference.
It does, yeah, absolutely. So it's just putting a little bit of colour, a little bit of depth where the lashes naturally grow, and it gives the illusion of a fuller looking eye line. Now you've obviously got some lovely little baby lashes that are coming through, so we're going to apply some mascara there. So this mascara is great for sensitive eyes, and it's got a fine comb, so what you'll find is it will pull on the baby lashes, but it's not going to be too tough on them, so they won't come out. Okay, so if you look down to your lap for me. And the finer the comb, the more defining it will be. So it means you can get right into the corner of the lid. It looks amazing. And then what I'm going to get you to do, if you just look to my shoulder, I like to put a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes, again for definition. But then if you see the difference there, it really helps the eye stand out and frames the rest of the features. Where a lot of people go wrong is they'll put the eyeliner on the waterline, which can sometimes make our eyes look smaller. So by placing the liner on the root of the lash, it actually opens up our eyes a lot more, and it's a lot more comfortable to wear. Perfect, have a look at that.
Absolutely fantastic.
How's that feel?
Great job. It feels good. It feels good.
And do you think that's something you could do at home?
Yes, those are great tips that are not too difficult to follow.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's just knowing how to. All you need really is a soft pencil and a soft eyebrow pencil, and then it's just blending it that really makes a difference. What you can do to finish it off, we can put some lipstick on if you really want to emphasise some makeup. Putting a bright colour lipstick on takes away the focal point of the eyes, so if anyone's a little bit conscious about hair loss around the lashes or brows, a bright colour lipstick would always help to bring confidence as well. Perfect, no worries.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. Why not check out our other videos dealing with wigs, headwear, or our personal experiences in dealing with hair loss.